Okay, fantastic. I think this might work. I've taken all mention of the secret word out of the description. I'm not even going to say the letter it begins with. And I think that's it. I think that's the only reason we're getting taken down by the bloody man, the YouTube man. This joke has had some real build up to it. I'm going to wait until we've got like 10 people in. So that's a good number of people to hear the joke, because you all deserve it after waiting for so long to hear this fantastic made-up joke that I've just made up earlier on. I've reposted the link onto the Facebook page. If you've got any friends you were telling to join, hello Christina Aguilera, what a beautiful name that is. Please resend this link out to any friends that might not see the Facebook post. But anyway, we have 10 people in, so I will tell the full joke. Full joke. I was just thinking that it's so crazy that all of these world leaders have just announced that they're big Star Wars fans all of a sudden. You know, even Bojo. But I guess it would make sense for him to be on the baddies team, because he's just said we're all under Kylo Ren's team. Sounds a bit like quarantine. What? Okay, that was the joke that you all were waiting for. It's fantastic. You loved it, and we're on with the quiz. Okay, question 1. Which singer is the most impersonated celebrity worldwide? So that's question 1. Which singer is the most impersonated celebrity worldwide? Yep, no wonder YouTube banned me. That's what I was thinking as well. Question 2. Which drink is known as the old number 7? So that's question 2. Which drink is known as old number 7? Hi, John. Hello. Welcome to the quiz. I hope you're all having fun in isolation. Hope you've all got people to keep you company in these pretty lonely times. Question 3. What film ends with the line, "Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads"? That was question 3. What film ends with the line, "Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads"? I can repeat number 1. I'll do as well at the end of the first half. If anyone needs any questions repeating, I am happy to repeat them all. So question 1 was, which singer is the most impersonated celebrity worldwide? And question 4, the female spirit from Irish mythology that heralds death is known as what? So as question 4, the female spirit from Irish mythology that heralds death is known as what? And for question 5, so we've got a picture. We're going to do some pretty fancy stuff because we're pretty high tech and fancy. I'm just going to pop a picture up like right here. Are you ready for this? So question for this picture in this space is name the principality whose flag this is. Whoa. Wow. Whoa, that's a flag. Crazy. There's question 5. Name the principality whose flag this is. And it's gone. Yep. Question 6, coming at you real fast. Which tennis player was famous for yelling, "You cannot be serious," at an umpire? That was question 6. Which tennis player was famous for yelling, "You cannot be serious," at an umpire? And question 7. Who were the first British group to release an album in the UK charts that produced 4 #1 original hit singles? So that's question 7. Who were the first British group to release an album in the UK charts that produced 4 #1 original hit singles? And Daisy, the electricity is going, it's flowing fine. We had a power outage. We're quarantined in Spain right now. We've been quarantined for a week. And if you want to know what quarantine's like, it's fucking boring, to be honest. You're stuck indoors all the time. But I'm kind of glad that at least we don't have any guilt about being allowed outside for a run for an hour a day. I can stay indoors, and my excuse is that the government's not allowing me to go for exercise, and that's why I'm not. Oh yeah, I am stuck indoors with my girlfriend, and that is really nice. Yeah, that's really nice as well. Quizzes are cool. Question 8. Based on population, which country is the smallest to have qualified for a FIFA World Cup? Says question 8. Based on population, which country is the smallest to have qualified for a FIFA World Cup? And they were qualified for the 2018 tournament. Yep, I think I probably am single by the end of this quiz. What am I drinking? I'm drinking alone. That's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a nice bottle of red wine, Faustino 7, Rioja. Question 9. Which modern-day country was nearest to the spot where the Titanic sank? That's question 9. Which modern-day country was nearest to the spot where the Titanic sank? And for question 10, we're going to do another fancy picture on the screen thing. The thing I'm about to show you is an anagram. There it is. And the solution is the name of a film. Nice one, Becky Scarrott. You got some fine taste. So there you go. Enough time to write that down. The solution is the name of a film. We also usually in the pub we have like a creative round that sort of goes on in the background, and you will give you a theme to create something. I give you like tinfoil or Lego, and then by the end of the quiz, we'll judge it and you get a few extra points. But seeing as it's really difficult to give you any tinfoil or Lego in this virtual setup, I'm just going to give you a theme, and if you want to create some art piece thing that represents the theme of self-isolation, and you've got until the end of the quiz to finish it, create this thing out of anything that is you're locked in with. You can take pictures of it and send it to the Facebook page. If you think you've done really well, then you give yourself an extra point at the end. If you think you've done terribly, then you just take a point off, a minus point of shame. So the theme for this is self-isolation, and you can use anything you've got in the house. Take a pic of it, upload it to Treehouse Quizzes. Be flippin' fun to see what you make. Question 11. In the 60s, which film character was known in Italy as Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? So that was question 11. In the 60s, which film character was known in Italy as Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? And question 12. What is the only marsupial that has fingerprints? Question 12. What is the only marsupial that has fingerprints? And question 13. Which artist's words inspired the phrase 15 minutes of fame? So it's question 13. Which artist's words inspired the phrase 15 minutes of fame? Question 14. On which 3 countries' flags can you see the most stars? So you'll be able to get 1 point for each of these flags. On which 3 countries' flags can you see the most stars? You get 1 point for each of those. Tea and biscuits, Yvonne. Working from home at 8:30 p.m. I thought working from home meant chilling out and pretending to work from home. Okay, and this is question 15, so I'm going to put another little picture up in the corner. There it is. And the question is to name the company that uses this logo. Not the country. Name the company that uses this logo. Bonk. QuizVid19, I appreciate that a lot. Quizzing is the best time for puns. And I'm glad you're not working too hard, Yvonne. So those were the first 15 questions. That was round one. We'll do round two after the break. But first, has anyone got any questions they need repeating? You might have joined a bit late, so I can repeat some of those questions from the beginning or any that you didn't hear. Number four was the female spirit from Irish mythology that heralds death is known as what? Question one is which singer is the most impersonated celebrity worldwide? Question two was which drink is known as Old Number 7? And question three is what film ends with the line, roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. 6 is which tennis player was famous for yelling, you cannot be serious, at an umpire? Oh my god, are you serious? Okay. I'm going to do this speed round. 3, what film ends with the line, roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. 8, based on population, which country is the smallest to have qualified for a FIFA World Cup, qualified for a 2018 tournament? 9, which modern day country was nearest to the spot where the Titanic sank? 11, in the 60s, which film character was known in Italy as Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? 12, was it only marsupial, there's fingerprints? 13, which artist's words inspired the phrase 15 minutes of fame? And 14 was a three-pointer. It was on which 3 countries' flags can you see the most stars? You get 1 point for each of those countries. I'll repeat 14 again, even though I've just said it, because I hear your pleas, Will Preston George. Question 14, on which 3 countries' flags can you see the most stars? And a whole point for each of those flags. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me through all of that beginning malarkey. YouTube seems to not like fun or freedom, even when we're trying really hard. But thank you for being here and having fun. Repeat that Simon runs Treehouse quizzes. This is his sort of main source of income. And all of the pubs have closed. This is a pretty difficult time for self-employed and people that are business owners. But I understand that it's really difficult for everyone right now. If you can donate any money, then that's really nice. I won't be able to say the P word on here, but if you go to the Facebook page, which is in the description, then there'll be a link in there for you to be able to donate. And to Daisy, who said, how's your mum? You can ask her because she's just joined the chat. We're going to go on a break now for just a couple of minutes, but we'll be back in enough time to fill up my glass, even though it's already half full. See you in a second, guys. Oh, that was poorly timed, Sophie, because I'm back. And I'm back with the answers for the first round as well. Lovely. Is everyone strapped in? Is everyone ready to hear some answers before we go into the questions for the second round? Is that a yes? Yes! Disney will shut you down again if you talk about cash too much. You know what, Will Preston, George? It's probably correct. Just if you donate £8 a month to Disney Plus, then that'll really help Simon out and all the self-employed. That's what I'm going to say from now on. Okay. Please give a shout out in the chat if you're ready for the answers for the first round. There's also pretty big lag between me speaking in real life and it coming through onto YouTube. So if it takes me a second, then please bear with. Okay. Let's go. So, question 1. Which singer is the most impersonated celebrity worldwide? The answer is, of course, Elvis. Number 2. Which drink is known as old? Number 7. It is Jack Daniels. Question 3. Which film ends with the line, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. It's the big Back to the Future. Question 4. The female spirit from Irish mythology that heralds death is known as what? It's known as a banshee. Question 5. This thing, the principality whose flag this is Andorra. Question 6. Which tennis player was famous for yelling, "You cannot be serious," at an umpire? That was John McEnroe. 7. Who were the first British group to release an album in the UK charts that produced not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 #1 original hit singles? It was the Spice Girls. Question 8. Based on population, which country is the smallest to have qualified for a FIFA World Cup? And they qualified for the 2018 tournament. It was Iceland. Hello. Okay, got up to question 8. Easy. Sounds back. Back in action. Question 8. Based on population, which country is the smallest to have qualified for a FIFA World Cup? It was Iceland. Question 9. Which modern-day country was nearest to the spot where the Titanic sank? Country is Canada. Was Newfoundland at the time, but now it's Canada. Next picture, question 10. Urban Lender as an anagram for the film Blade Runner. I'm back. Hello. Question 11. In the 60s, which film character was known in Italy as Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? It was Mr. James James Bond Bond. And 12. The only marsupial that has fingerprints is the koala bear. 13. Which artist's words inspired the phrase 15 minutes of fame? It was Andy Warhol. 14. On which 3 countries' flags can you see the most stars? You get a whole point for each of these. You get 1 point for USA, 1 point for Brazil, 1 point for Uzbekistan. And the last picture, this one, the logo is that of Pinterest's. I can hear a lot of screams and a lot of shits from the next room where my girlfriend and her roommates are playing. Pretty mixed signals. I wonder how they're doing. Also saw more jokes. Of course I have more jokes. So before we start round 2, here's another joke that's obviously quarantine based. Why don't ducks ever get coronavirus? Because they're always in quackantine. What? Okay. Alright. I hope you're ready for round 2, because that's what we're doing right now. Question 16. Which cartoon character would famously use the exclamation "Jinkies"? So that's question 16. Which cartoon character would famously use the exclamation "Jinkies"? Question 17. I have had red wine teeth for the entire quarantine. Unfortunately. A whole 6 hangs head in shame. My score nearly as bad as your jokes. Yvonne Scott, that was a roast and a half. I'm feeling hot in here. Is this just Spain, or am I being roasted? Question 17. The character Marion Crane dies in which of Hitchcock's films? Question 17. The character Marion Crane dies in which of Hitchcock's films? And question 18. The phrase, "the milk of human kindness," is from which of Shakespeare's plays? That was 18. The phrase, "the milk of human kindness," is from which of Shakespeare's plays? Question 19. Which sporting trophy is referred to as the ugliest salad bowl in the world? That was 19. Which sporting trophy is referred to as the ugliest salad bowl in the world? And the next question, question 20, is who is this actor? Who is she? Question 20, who is this actor? Question 21, in 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event? Question 21. In 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event? Oh, Richard wants some easy questions. That's my stepdad there, Richard. Easy question. What should you stop eating so much? The answer is everything. He's getting a little bit chubby in his old age. That's a special one there just for you, Richard. So that was question 21. In 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event? And question 22 is, in the Middle Ages in England, what ingredient did beer have that ale did not, that gave beer more longevity? It's a roastathon in this quiz. So it's question 22. In the Middle Ages in England, what ingredient did beer have that ale didn't have that gave beer more longevity? Uh, 23. What animal is capable of reaching the highest speeds? I'll give you a clue for this. It is a bird. So it's 23. Which animal is capable of reaching the highest speeds? And the clue is that it's a bird. You won't get a point if you say bird. You have to say the type of bird. Question 24. Which fictional character has been portrayed the most times on film? That was 24. Which fictional character has been portrayed the most times on film? For question 25, it is, name this rugby player. Who is this rugby player? What is his name? It's question 25. Question 26. Who is the oldest woman to have reached #1 in both the US and the UK? That's 26. Who is the oldest woman to have reached #1 in the US and the UK? #27. The extinct dodo bird was native to which island? That's question 27. The extinct dodo bird was native to which island? And question 28. In 1964, which writer became the first commoner to appear on a British postage stamp? So it's 28. In 1964, which writer became the first commoner to appear on a British postage stamp? Who have played Catwoman in a cinematic release. So let's name the 4 actresses who have played Catwoman in a cinematic release, and you get half a point for each of these actresses' names. And the final question, question 30, is name this character. Name this character for question 30. And if you need any questions repeated from those last 15, then I'm happy to do so before reading out the answers. He's gone. Question 27, sure thing. Question 27 was, the extinct dodo bird was native to which island? 21 was, in 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event? 24 was, which fictional character has been portrayed the most times on film? And 25 was to name this rugby player. So 25 is name the rugby player that's currently on screen, and 21 was, in 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event? 19 was, which sporting trophy is referred to as the ugliest salad bowl in the world? 24 was, which fictional character has been portrayed the most times on film? 25 is to name the rugby player on screen right now. 26 is, who is the oldest woman to have reached #1 in the US and the UK? And question 20 was, I'm just going to change the picture now. Bang, bang. Is name the actor in the corner there. 26 again was, who is the oldest woman to have reached #1 in the US and the UK? And I'll just give a few seconds on that, see if there's any other questions that needs to be repeated. Okay, I think we're ready for the answers. So starting from the top, for question 16, is, which cartoon character would famously use the exclamation "Jinkies"? It was Velma from Scooby-Doo. Question 17, the character Marion Crane dies in which of Hitchcock's films? The film was Psycho. Question 18, the phrase "the milk of human kindness" is from which of Shakespeare's plays? It was Macbeth. 19, which sporting trophy is referred to as the ugliest salad bowl in the world? It is the Davis Cup that you win in tennis. Question 20, the actor is Salma Hayek. Sorry, Sophie. I both don't know the answer to that and am very close to giving the answer in just a few question time. So, oops. Question 21. In 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event is the Olympics. And it's not me that writes these quizzes. It's Simon, who heads up Treehouse Quizzes. Do you get a half point for saying cup? You get no points, I'm afraid. Is a Davis Cup. In question 22, in the Middle Ages in England, what ingredient did beer have that ale didn't, that gave beer more longevity? It was hops. 23, the animal that's capable of reaching the highest speeds is the peregrine falcon. 24, which fictional character has been portrayed the most times on film? It's Sherlock Holmes. 25, the rugby player here is Owen Farrell. 26, the oldest woman to have reached #1 in the US and UK was Cher. So fantastic music. 27, the extinct dodo bird was native to which island? The island was Mauritius. 28, in 1964, which writer became the first commoner to appear on a British postage stamp? It was William Shakespeare. 29, name the 4 actresses who have played Catwoman in a cinematic release. You get half a point for each of these. We've got Halle Berry, Anne Hathaway, Lee Merriweather, and Michelle Pfeiffer. And the last question, question 30, this character is Benoit Blanc. Benoit Blanc. And those are all of the answers. Please total up all of your points, post them in the chat, and we can see how well people did. Thank you for sticking out for that pretty difficult start to the quiz. Sorry it was so messed up. It was a banned word that we said, and it wasn't even a naughty word. If you are able to help out and donate, any money is really, really appreciated. Simon owns Treehouse Quizzes, loveliest guy ever, and is unfortunately going through some hard times during this quarantine crisis. The answer for number 20 was Selma Hayek. Do you get a point for Detective Blanc? You get. I'll give you a point for that. I'll give you a point for Detective Blanc. The quiz is going on pretty much every night of the week. I think the only night that it isn't going on is Sunday night. If you go onto the Facebook page, then there's a Friends quiz that I'm pretty sure is happening tomorrow night. Callum is running a football quiz, and we've got some more general knowledge quizzes through the week as well. Question 21, 1936, what became the first live televised sporting event? The answer was the Olympics. Yvonne, at least you probably did better than my jokes. So you can take that away. 17.5 from Paul Lowry. That's pretty nice. Quiz and Team, 12.5 from Sophie. Much better than I would have got as well. Daisy, you got 21. Not bad. If I know Daisy, then I feel like she might have cheated. Quizvid 19 got 16 out of 30. Not a 19. Daisy got 17.5. That makes more sense. Christina Aguilera got a strong 23. Very impressive. Quizantine, another strong 18. No 19 points during this COVID-19 outbreak. 3, John Hardy. That's 3 more than I would have got if I didn't have the answers right in front of me. So don't feel so bad. 17.5. Very nice. Okay, well, thank you all. Clean shirt, got 15 and a half. Fantastic work there. Some of my roommates like to mock me by having clean shirts. So the roastathon is still going strong, even towards the end of this quiz, which is nice to see. Hi friends, hi roommates. I hope you're having fun back in London. Okay, I'm going to log off in just a second. But again, thank you so much for joining. Have a lovely quarantine and possibly see you soon. Simon and Callum and maybe others will be gracing your presence with their quiz host skills. Thank you very much.